Hello there, you beautiful beings. Rosanna here with a little RozyGlow magic for you on this Cancer full moon fast approaching. So welcome those of you who are joining me. If you are new to this channel, sit tight. We are going to start off with a cacao blessing, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the energies, and we're going to come into a full moon manifesting meditation where we co-create the next stage of our reality. So if you like the sound of that, please do hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'm on 999. Yay! How long have I wanted to be here? I had to surrender, and there is a big theme here around surrender as we approach this Cancer full moon. And I believe we started the year with a Cancer full moon, and we're ending the year with a full moon, so in Cancer, which is quite apt because it's about us dropping our ego armor. And I'll go into more of that as we carry on. Hey, Liana. Hey, Jid. Good to see you guys. I'll explain why this beautiful cat is here with me in a little bit, but let's get the cacao blessing going. And I'll explain a little bit about the role of pain in our current experience. So let's start with, interesting, Sue, very interesting. Well, I've got one card I'm going to share with everybody today, which says it all. But let's get our cacao blessing going. So if you want to start, if you haven't got cacao, bring the cacao up to your hearts. And if you're new to all of this, basically, I'm a multidimensional success coach, which means I work with people to understand multidimensional tools. Cacao connects us to the heart, and the heart allows us to connect to our soul consciousness. And that is how we download this multidimensional perspective that allows us to live in a paradigm that is fear-based, but to hold the perspective of our higher selves, because that's what I teach. So if you want to know more about that, you can check out all my bio stuff. In the meantime, let's have a little blessing. So sit up nice and tall. Take a moment just to welcome your breath. I'm so excited to be here with those of you who are joining live. I can see rainbows everywhere. But also for those who will join for the replay, just know that you're in the right place. Everything that we will connect to is for the highest good. And even if pain comes to the surface, it is part of the healing process, and to trust that. So let's take a moment to draw a circle with our nose. So with your nose, draw a circle in the air in front of you. Only go as far as your nose can draw it comfortably. Imagine it as a golden sphere. Then go the other way. So you're releasing your shoulder muscles, relaxing the neck. Taking a moment to create the boundary that we're going to expand and step into in a moment. Now draw your nose up and down. This connects you to source of all that is and to Gaia, the ascending earth paradigm. Now everything I do is symbolic. So divine architecture, if you just pay attention to what we've just done, we've created a sphere. We've created a straight line up and down. Okay, and now I'm going to ask you just to gently breathe in, and as you breathe out, turn your head to the left. Take a moment to consciously release the past, let it go, let your shoulders relax. The past is not where you are now. And then inhale to the present, straight forward, and then exhale to the future. And again, release any tension about what is coming. Remember that the moment we're in now will determine how we embrace or resist the next one. So we come in trust. And this is where we inhale to the center, exhale, bow the head to our beautiful hearts. And this is where we meet the Cacao Diva, the spirit of this beautiful plant medicine that connects us to compassion for ourselves and each other, the qualities of Christ consciousness. Breathe it in, and a very quick way for us to connect to the magic of this beautiful being is draw a smile across your heart. And then let that smile spread across your lips, so you're smiling at your heart that's smiling at you. And then let your heart beam her golden light or his golden light out. And take a moment to remember that sphere that you created in front of you, that circle with your nose. Just imagine it expanding all around you now. It's as big as the room that you're in. And from your heart radiate the light and the love of the universe that is who you are, is your essence. You can gently bring your chin neutral, so parallel to the floor. And I particularly want to invite in the archangels today. I've had a few messages that these are the guardians that we want to be working with. The ascended masters are here to guide us as well, but these archangels have never been physical beings. They hold the vibration of love and light, and they are the intermediaries between Source and Christ consciousness and our physical reality. So when we want miracles, we call on archangels. Just invite them into your field, all of your angels, all of your archangels. And feel the presence of the support around you. Know that your space is safe and sacred, and we'll purify it with the sound Ma, which we'll send into the earth to activate our connection to the crystalline grid that connects all of us who are awakening to each other. And then we'll send the sound Om into the universe to connect each of us to divine mind, to higher consciousness, to the source of all. And from our hearts, we send out the sound An to connect us to the unified field, the divine human heart frequency. And this is the higher heart chakra that allows us to step up from needing struggle and pain as our teacher. We embrace it when it comes, but we don't look for it. We're aligned with grace and ease. When you're ready, deep breath in. So let the love and the light of the universe flow down through you as stardust, at the same time emanating from your heart and rising from the earth. Love and light in all its glory everywhere. Gently open your eyes. Come back. Welcome. So drink away, and while you do, I'm going to confess that I am. Hey, Katie, oh, it's so good to see you all. This is why I'm here. So I wasn't sure I was going to be able to run this live stream because I think many people have experienced this festive period obviously being very different to what it usually is like. And there's been a lot of disappointment, a lot of wanting it to be different to what it is. And there is method to my madness here, so bear with me. But basically, if you remember what we did with the last new moon, we had a new moon in Sagittarius and we were burning away, like we were getting that fire going so that we could burn away the ego drive and move into our higher hearts and move through the birth canal into the new world that we're co-creating. Today we are birthing our divine human selves, but what has to die is the struggle paradigm, the victim consciousness. And so that's what's coming up in our collective at the moment. So much guilt, so much pain. We've moved through fear in the last year in a big way. But what happened for me was I ended up manifesting a very physical pain after a very emotional pain. And that's why Lovely Lavender's here. So if you join me for the solstice, you will know that we had beautiful big events that were challenging, as in we had a lot of interference. I was with Susanna and Leslie doing a live stream. 700 odd people all signed up to join us, and we had the technology crash on us, even though we'd done all the prep we could. And this is the thing of like, you do your best, but you still fail or struggle or whatever, right? And I want you to hold that because these are all of our early stories that we are going to love up today. Thank you, Swazi. Thank you. Good to see you. Yeah, the Sarah, the illusions there. I think you're all holding me up. So basically, yes, a few days before the solstice, I was really, really running on empty, like fumes of grace, I was calling it. And my beautiful cat of 17 years, she was 17, but I had her for 14 years, really was on her last legs. And I had a week to prepare, basically. I knew she was going to be going, but on the Wednesday prior to the solstice, I had to make a very difficult decision with my daughter to put Lavender to sleep. And it still chokes me up, so I'm not going to go too far into it. But anyone who's had a furry friend knows how precious these beautiful beings are. And that cat was not a cat, okay? She was not a cat. That's all I can say. Absolute angel. She was my angel. And so she's with us, as is the frequency of Lavender today. And so that was hugely challenging to hold at the time of the solstice, that pain that I was feeling. And it led into a physical manifestation, basically, that meant on Christmas Eve, I got up to do some dancing, to do something that I know is good for me, that I was going to really love and enjoy. And this is, follow the story, right? And within 5-10 minutes of starting this little dance routine, I felt my back go, and it just went from bad to worse, to the point that I've just been lying down for most of Christmas, not being able to do anything. Now, this is about the struggle story, okay? Because I'm going to ask each of you to think right now, while I'm talking a little bit before we go into the co-creation, what do you remember is your, like, if there's a struggle story that comes with you from your birth, from your conception, from your time in the womb, what is it? Right? Because that plays out. And personally, the story I've had to drop, if I'm going to move into the new age paradigm fully, is that, you know, life is a struggle, that I must work hard to survive. And, you know, here I am going about intending to do something that's for my highest good, and then encountering pain that needed to be processed, which is always like when you decide where you want to go in life. And this is important when we co-create, you set your intention every new moon, every full moon, all of the resistance comes up, right? And that's what we love up. And we energize the things we want to by clearing away the pathway. So when you have an intention, what isn't aligned with it is going to come up. And pain teaches us an awful lot about our misalignment if we get out of judgment and we just observe what is going on. So basically, when you do align with that, and you do decide which way you're going to go, and you trust that the pain that comes up is there to teach you something, it's self-elected. I wrote stuff down for this particular meditation. I was reading through it earlier going, oh my goodness, could this be more ironic? Because I'll read you a couple of bits, you'll see what I mean. But essentially, doing something you think is for your highest good, you encounter pain, so easy to throw your toys out the pram, isn't it? So easy to wind down in a spiral of doom and be like, why me? What's your victim consciousness story? I try and do everything right and it still doesn't work. What am I getting wrong here? All of that, right? Now, what's been very interesting about this pain is it has meant that I've had to observe an old pain story in a new reality and recognize that it's not true anymore. So the old story was, pain, life is a struggle. I must fight to survive. I must struggle to survive, right? And yet I've just had my lovely family, my beautiful husband, my stepdaughter, my daughter, my sister, lovely, lovely beings that were here helping me, supporting me, taking the strain so that I could rest. And I had to deal with what that brought up for me, especially when they were teasing me about it. Because guess what? They reckon I'm a bit of a princess. She was the princess. I'm just channeling her energy. Anyway, point being, what we got here, okay, so Swazi's story here, I'm just going to go into this. Who do I think I am to deserve anything? That's almost older than when we're talking about Swazi. That's hello, Arena. That's a little bit older. Like if you consider what would be the story that accompanied your birth, what would be the simplest analogy you would make in the simplest words? This goes for all of you folks. And it's not easy to come to this on your own. I get it, but you'll get some sense, because all of our victim stories have to go. That's what this is about, okay? What we're doing today with our co-creation is we're being born into the world we want to be born into, but we have to surrender our struggle story. So with this fluffy creature, you know, I was absolutely devastated. Greek wailing woman holding a dead cat, basically wailing, right? And needing to honor that bit of me, whilst my soul totally gets she had to go. My human self is not okay with death and suffering and didn't want to have to make that decision. This part of being multidimensional is being able to allow every part of you to coexist, but to choose what you're going to energize. Now, as a collective, if we all had a better relationship with death, we would be far more accepting of the fact that it is a true and necessary part of life, right? All ways, shapes, and forms. So being in the present is the key. All the time, the ego, which is the programming of the victim consciousness, the struggle paradigm, is trying to protect you by expecting the future to look like the past. Okay, and this is why it's so important to recognize that you can't let your thinking self run your life, because your thinking self is tied up with your programming. Your heart will take you into the places you need to go to liberate yourself as quickly as possible. Your head will try and keep you through your struggle programming, because the conscious mind and the subconscious are linked together in a very interesting way. It will divert you and take you in places that will get you to avoid the very thing that you most need to deal with, which is how you feel, what's going on emotionally. That's why I say it's not the story. How do you feel now? How do you want to feel? We connect the stories for our own amusement, right? But the point is, when pain comes up, it will lead you to all of the cellular memories. When I feel this pain in my back, it's leading me to all of the ancestral stories of there's something bigger than me. There's something that has more power than me. I don't have power over this situation. I just have to suffer. All of that stuff, right? That's what we want to let go of. So if you have got any physical pain going on for you, put your hand there and breathe into it. It will, all sorts of things trip out when you're really in pain that will take you through memories, and you just breathe them into a sphere that I'm going to show you today now. And again, I'll explain the irony of the card that I pulled for this, but trying to keep my head, although the pain is there. So just if I'm losing track, do remind me where I've gone. Yeah, basically, everything that is there on this path right now is there to help us to decide to let it go out of the way, to not take it into the new world with us. But how much we dramatize it is down to how much we want to accept that we need to let it go. All right. So emotional, physical, and psychological and spiritual pain will have to go. Christ consciousness, transparency, openness, showing up in our truth rather than trying to pretend things are different. All of this is what's going to allow us to have a different experience of the new world. And all of us have to activate the power of imagination. So if you're going to use your mind in any way, shape, or form to predict the future, do it this way. Take something you really know you don't want in your life, right? You know how you don't want to feel. I know I don't want to be in pain. So how do you want to feel? What do you want to experience instead? If you've been disappointed by this Christmas, if you've been frustrated, if you've been upset, saddened, whatever's been going on, what is that pain here to teach you? What do you therefore want that you haven't got right now? What really matters to you that you didn't realize mattered to you until the choice was taken away? Because it's much easier to make decisions when we're really pressed. You know, the state I'm in at the moment, there's a lot of things I just can't do. So those decisions are made instantly, right? So when an obstacle comes your way, it is to align you more with your truth that you have set in motion that you said you want. Right, now let's just see quickly, because I could go on forever, and I promised this one was going to be short because I want to lie down. So let me just go through quick. Bear with me. Birthing our divine human self means the death of the ego, means the death of our struggle programming. Pre-solstice purge may have been emotional for you. Post-solstice surge may have been physical, like purge may have been physical. Whatever's been going on for you, a lot of people have been sick, whatever they're sick with. I was going to say it hasn't all been rainbows and unicorns, and we all want more rainbows and unicorns. Here's the irony. Last year I got lots of rainbows. The year before I got loads of unicorns. This year I get rainbow unicorns. Yeah, baby. Not just that set, but more rainbow unicorns. Look at the rainbow horn. The angels come into this. Now, when I asked about the pain, and these are Leslie's Oracle Healing cards, the pain in my back that I'm experiencing is all the struggle story I must release in order to access this beauty, constant, effervescent, flowing abundance, right? And what else do we have here? Let's stick to the story. So the oil of choice is peace oil. That's the one that came through for me that I've actually been putting on my back as well. I want to feel peace. It's the absence of suffering. So doTERRA's peace oil. And the crystal is peacock ore. Now, this doesn't look like a very bright peacock ore, but when you actually break these up, or some of you will have blue, amazing ones. It's quite a gold one. The colors are amazing. They transmute poison. Absolutely phenomenal. What else? There was another keynote with this. Drink your cacao. No, I've done that. The archangels. So we're going to call in the archangels. And as I said, it feels as though they're coming as the messengers of God for us to be able to embody our Christ consciousness through our hearts into the world and allow the pain, the suffering, the fear, the struggle to be brought to the surface and released. So this is what we're doing today. We can't suppress anything. We've got to face it to let it go and lighten our load. Remember, angels always answer prayers. So part of our choice is, yes, angels always answer prayers. So when we end up in a place where we feel like giving up, where we feel like something isn't working, this will very much relate to birth stuff, okay? And it's one of those things that some of us taught the message. I both through my conception and through my birth, the message was, you know, just when we were going to give up, the miracle occurred, right? Just when we were about to give up, just when we thought we'd lost you, just when we thought, blah, the miracle occurred. So this is very tied up into my story. So you want to know what your stories are so you can actually work with them, all right? But usually what happens is people pray for something. Things get worse before they get better. Things get worse and people go, why me? Why is this happening to me? This isn't what I want. I wanted this. See, no. And we perpetuate more and more suffering because we keep focusing on all those things that have happened that were terrible. So I'll give you the example of Christmas. It's an emotional time, right? Like Valentine's Day, like birthdays. Now, if you look back, you will probably have had as many crap Christmases as you've had good Christmases, but we tend to favour focusing on the crap Christmases. And if we're not careful, we build a whole story and a narrative around how I hate Christmas, I don't do Christmas, I don't do this, I don't do that. And you just create more of a narrative. So be very aware that much of the suffering that's going on in our world, in our personal lives, is largely created by us unconsciously and subconsciously. And if you do want to deal with that, Liberation from Limitation, which is my Conscious Mind course, is starting on the 24th of January. I've got a super ridiculously low offer on it until the 31st of December. It's in the notes, okay, but this course should be £888. It's going to be £333 until the 31st of December. Then it's 555 from the 1st of January, and I'm not bringing it down lower than that ever again. It's going to stay up because it's a very, very powerful course that works with that part of your mind that can really block the way, all right? And this is what we want to do, is liberate ourselves, but realize that limitation helps us to liberate ourselves because we learn where those patterns are in our consciousness that are causing us suffering when it doesn't seem like we've got choice. Moon and Cancer. So the fact that this is a Cancer moon, you know, if you think of a Cancerians tend to have very soft hearts and hard shells, right? There's the homebody emotional energy. And in this energy is that need to protect ourselves because we're vulnerable. That's ego programming. Okay, that's tied into the struggle paradigm that we have to leave behind. So it's time now to soften that shell because we've got super amazing cosmic armor. We don't need a shell. It just bounces stuff off energetically that doesn't resonate. Breakdown before breakthrough. Now, a lot of my clients will have heard me say this because in the world that fear still exists, we always regress before we progress. We take a step back before we take a step forward. I call it reinforcing stitch. Now, in the new world, we don't need to do that. We don't need to dramatize in any way. We don't need to break down because there's no ego to break down anymore. There's no resistance. So if you are experiencing resistance, and hey, you know, physical pain, it happens to all of us. It happens to the best of us. There's just more there to work through with compassion for yourself and everything that's going on. And, you know, I had no idea I had so much victim consciousness still in me. But like I said, physical pain's my Achilles heel. I can deal with everything else. But this is challenging. So it's like accepting vulnerability and going, all right, this too shall pass. And it's a healing from within. It's asking for help. It's what can I make of this? We are in a phase of making lemonade out of lemons, folks, turning frowns upside down, refusing to be beaten. And when we do feel like giving up, going through the sob story, surrendering to the floor, going through it, clearing it, and then coming back up again because we're making space. We're making space for grace and ease. Very powerful. Burning up, the ring of fire. The world we are being born into is grace and ease. That's what it's all about, okay? So what is pain teaching us? What it feels like to be out of alignment. Also to trust life. I've put here, trust life, embrace death because it's part of it. The pain detox precedes guilt, blame, shame detox. There's a lot of that going on in the media at the moment. And this whole thing is about revisiting old judgment wounds from a new perspective. That's where we are at the moment, okay, as we have this moon in Cancer. So just for my own amusement, I'm just going to read this little bit. I'm going to get on with it. All the blurb about the moon I put in the text box, by the way. But if we are now going to be doing What does it say here? Birthing our divine self. We all know this year has heralded unprecedented change that triggered fear and pain and suffering of all kinds, as we are forced to face the need to allow the unprocessed trauma of many generations to rise to the surface. We have been through a collective ego detox. Now, the ego is misunderstood and seen as the baddie, but all it wants to do is keep us safe. It just has some really out-of-date ideas as to how to keep us safe. As I'd said to you, my struggle story, or the old struggle story, doesn't fit in my new world. It's an old program for a new platform. To this point in history, humanity has been suppressed, controlled, and manipulated. Freedom is something we have sought to experience, but when we come to hear the price, we say it's too much. The price is no longer giving our power away to our fears, false expectations appearing real. Looking inward for our direction rather than looking for external authorities to tell us what to do. Recognizing that everything we want to experience in the world around us is a vibration we need to access in ourselves first. Owning that our personal hardships, I laughed when I read this one again, are not punishment, but actually the training ground for our soul's growth that we have self-elected. We create these conditions so we can heal. Yes, this is the path that the divine human walks, the ascended master in training, and we need our angelic support for that. It is time to birth our divine human selves and let go of the duff messages we inherited about life that have kept us individually and collectively trapped in the cycle of struggle. Are you ready to drop your hard luck story? To move beyond feeling like a victim and learn to harness the immense power you do have? Well, look, if you are, that's great. But I just want you to understand that for the most part, initially, you're going to feel like you're powerless when you choose this path because you're going to keep trying to align and it's not going to work. And you're going to get frustrated with yourself. It's part of the journey. Remember, learning anything in life? It is challenging to learn something new. But once you master it, you master it. Whether you master it or not depends on whether you give up on yourself or not, right? So you want to walk this path. It comes with challenges. Okay, that's all right. You're going to be able to meet those challenges. It's all about self-belief. So to move beyond feeling like a victim and learn to harness the immense power we do have, what will it take to stop being governed by the fears that keep you feeling trapped? Mum and Dad, thanks for the lessons. Thanks for giving me life. I'm now going to live on my terms and give myself what I feel I never got. I am choosing to take the limiting beliefs you passed on without knowing and co-create empowering new beliefs that make me feel limitless. Now, you're probably going to need to come back to this meditation, but this is the point, is that you are going to take your hard luck story and turn it around. That's exactly what liberation from limitation does as well. All right. So let's crack on. And just to be clear on what this particular card was about, by the way, because it's going to be important for us for the lighting. This card is Rainbow One. These are Leslie Sloan's cards. You can get them from my website. They're absolutely amazing. I love this card. Now, the rainbow flame's been coming through so strongly for a long time. I'm going to work with it today. But basically, you have to transmute your own poison, okay? Everything you want is that vibrational match inside of you. And so if you're going to transmute poison, think of it this way. The legend has it that a peacock can take the venom from a snake and use it to basically create the colors, the beautiful colors that that are in their feathers, right? And this is the idea of taking something that's toxic and turning it into divine nectar, because everything is originally from source anyway. So the things you don't want are the platform, are the protagonists for the things you do if you use them as your inspiration. Here's the thing. I can say to you, do you want to live in the Thrive paradigm? And a lot of people will go, yeah, I want that. But like, what does it look like? I don't know. Well, got to awaken this, haven't we? Got to awaken this up, got to clear the resistance to be able to use that imagination that we were told to stop using as children because we were daydreaming. It's the daydreams that get you, baby. All right, let's do this. Time to meditate. So this is our last co-creation meditation. Oh, that's right. I wanted to show you the other rainbow unicorn that I got. I'm not joking when I say this was my thing. And my lovely Cherie got rainbows and stars. So definitely, it might be unicorns and stars. Definitely, there's change in the air. We're being shown what is coming. That's part of manifesting, is you start to see evidence of what you want before it's actually come to you specifically. All right. That's really important, because most people give up because they think that the universe is being unkind to them and just trying to poke them. No, the evidence is coming when you see it all around you. Okay. So we're going to co-create Paradise on earth. We're going to co-create the feeling state of having already won, the light having already won. Rainbows and stars. Thank you, baby. Anything I haven't answered here? Hello. Hi, Winthia. Good to see everyone. All right, let's do this. So we want to leave 2020 behind. We want to be hopeful, even though maybe our hopes have been dashed a lot in the past. Not because we're now going to listen to the Wizard of Oz telling us that we should trust him, but because we discover our power as Dorothy. Okay, that's what we're doing. So let's let the archangels help us out. Grab your crystals, grab whatever magic tools you want to work with. Rub your hands together, and remember that you don't even need to know your struggle story for you to benefit from this. Just let your subconscious do the work. Rub the hands, have a little shake. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a moment to close your eyes. Welcome your breath as the magic in your life, the source of all. And remembering that beautiful sphere of compassion you have around you, remember that this sphere is a holographic sphere. It's multidimensional and it spins to the frequency of compassion so that only compassion can come to you and can come from you. So let it be as big as feels good for you. Let's invite your personal angels into your space. Every one of us welcoming our angels into our space. And then remembering that we have a huge sphere of compassion around all of us who are joining together in this co-creation meditation. And we also have a sphere of compassion around the whole planet. So welcome this, whether you see it or not, and let's call on our I am presence before we do anything else. So please repeat after me, knowing this is awakening your superconscious to follow these commands. I am all that is. I am the one self I am. I am that I am. I am the source of my creations. I am the creator of my reality. I am a multi-dimensional being of love and light. I am sovereign. I am creator. I am free. I am invisible, invincible, invulnerable, impermeable, impenetrable, untrackable, and untraceable to anyone or anything of malevolent intent. I am divine joy. I am divine peace. I am divine rapture. I am divine grace and ease. I am divine delight. I am willing to surrender the suffering stories of my ego programming. I am willing to leave the past behind. I am choosing to see the future with eyes of love. I am co-creating my personal paradise with grace and ease, in alignment with the win-win-win in everything and the highest good of all. I am divinely supported in all ways. I am designed to shine. I am fully aligning with the Thrive paradigm. I am that I am. Beautiful. So you can release your hands. Just going to do a quick little cleanse of all the magical tools, so you can repeat with me or just hear this prayer out loud. Just hover your hands over your cards, over your crystals, over anything that you want blessed. I cleanse these crystals and magical tools to renew their power and bring peace and harmony to benefit humankind. I command that all lower frequency energies be taken from these magical tools and crystals to where they can be transmuted into the purest vibrations of love and light. So only the purest vibrations of love and light exist within these tools, these crystals, for the highest good of all. So it is, and so it shall be. Beautiful. Okay. So make sure you're comfortable, but please don't cross your arms or your legs. And again, remembering the sphere around you, remembering your core line which connects you to Source and to Gaia. Remember you have the outline of your physical body, and also you have the light body around your physical body that we're going to activate. The rainbow flame is coming through so strong, folks. It's like it's already here. So some of you already initiated to that. Don't worry, I'm coming with this. Whew. Burning away all that is not aligned with the Thrive paradigm. That's what's happening. So let's invite the baby Jesus consciousness into our hearts. Let's invite this feeling that the Star of Bethlehem has heralded. The Messiah is here, the Messiah being in each of us. The good news has come. The light has won. This is just a little seedling of truth, a grain of truth that is activated in your heart, in the divine essence of every being on this planet. And I'm calling now on your behalf and my behalf the archangels Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, Ariel, Haniel, Chamuel, Zandalphon, Metatron, Jophiel, Jeremiah, Azrael, and Zadkiel, to enter into our spheres of compassion now, to enter into our energy fields with our permission. You choose this if you want. You say yes if you're happy with this. To assist each and every one of us in the quantum leap healing we require right now, to say yes to our own success, to what we have feared saying yes to for so long. Making life easy, letting go of struggle. We call on the archangels to help us to resolve the inner conflict within each of us that makes us feel in some way we are betraying our ancestors if we leave their struggles behind, if we choose to no longer act them out in our reality. And the choice to now move forward as ascended masters, burden-free, teaching others how to let go of the burdens that they carry unconsciously. So welcoming these archangels into our energy field and bringing down now the diamond fire, which is a violet flame with a diamond dust in it that reflects the colours of the rainbow. Okay, so some of you will be better attuned to this, others will be more attuned to the rainbow flame. This comes with time, so just trust. Okay, let's call in the diamond fire first. I am the diamond fire. I am the diamond fire. I am the diamond fire. Just bring down this violet flame. Imagine that it's coming through from the center of the multiverse, through all of the central suns, all of the portals that are the stargates that connect to our sun. And this light shower cascades down upon us from our sun, bringing down this violet diamond dust, flowing through our soul chakras, through our bodies, from the crown of the head down, through all of the nerve circuitry that got programmed very early from our time in the womb, moving down through the whole of the vagus nerve, which connects to the digestive organs, choosing now to love up, move through resistance, clear the pathways as we bring this energy down. moving through the sacral chakra, the root chakra, down through the hips and the pelvis, all the way down through the thighs and the knees, through the legs, through the feet into your earth chakra. And just really take your time to visualize this. This violet flame spreading now across the planet, lighting up the crystalline grid. That diamond dust sending the rainbows everywhere. And this love light glows the whole of the earth, moves into her heart center, into her crystalline core, her diamond core. Just imagine now a rainbow diamond being charged up in the center of our beautiful planet, emanating this violet flame frequency till the whole of the earth is glowing with violet and diamond dust rainbows. However you see that, iridescent love light. Now move it up from her core, through your earth chakra, up through your core, up and out through the crown of your head and out through your heart, down your arms, through your palms, out into the sphere around you. And see now the you that you are becoming. Embrace the burning up that is the carbon-based cellular structure becoming crystalline. We're all at different stages of this, but it's a process that takes time. Invite your angels and archangels to direct this energy where it's most needed. And take a moment just to feel the celebration, feel the relief of the return of all the things that you feel you've had to do without. How about welcoming the feeling of an easy life? Welcoming the feeling of easy achievement without there being the sense of a lack of fulfillment. That there is this expectation that life is supporting you. I would like you just to get into this feeling state. That life is supporting you always to align with the divine. So any time an obstacle shows up, you know it's a course correct. It's not an attack on your existence. It's just a course correct. Get over it. And that we can adopt this sense of humor as we observe what we would used to judge. Just let this love light flow through you. Know it's scanning you. It's going to pick up anomalies that don't want the grace and ease path. That don't want the thrive paradigm. But now I want you to really want it. Imagine it. It's here. You're about to enter into a world, move through a doorway, into a world that is unlike anything you've ever lived in before. It's the green lights all the way. It's the overflowing cup that is renewable. It is the constant access to support networks that will help you achieve your soul desires. This isn't an occasional thing. This is your birthright. It is the being gifted with a great start in life. Every one of us gifted with a great start in life. And with all the opportunities we need along the way to course correct. Beautiful, that's it, you got it. It's about being in our curious, excitable nature. And knowing that what comes our way, when it feels good, we can be grateful and happy about it. And when it feels not good, we can again be grateful for it and happy that it's teaching us how to move out of pain by teaching us what pain actually is. We learn to embrace it as a part of life, but not what defines life, just a part of life. It doesn't need to be the thing that we avoid at all costs. Take a moment to fill yourself up with the feeling of a choir of angels singing inside of you. Singing your song, your soul song, through your circuitry, through your cardiovascular system, your endocrine and nervous system, through your skeletal and muscular system, through all of the systems that are respiratory, the HPA axis, all of the different systems of the body. Now being tuned into the choir of angels. A star is born. The starseed is me. And I'm about to enter into this new life of mine, where I can really get on with the business of doing what I feel I'm here to do. Because I'm not busy all the time just trying to get by. I've got all the resources I need to be brave, to move forward, to help others move to their next step. Feel that. And as you create that sphere in front of you, and the violet flame is moving through you with the diamond dust, just let it now start to move out of your body, from your heart, into the sphere in front of you. The struggle stories, the pain of the past, the physical pain, emotional pain, psychological pain, and spiritual pain that has burdened you for too long now. Let it all start to be released into the sphere in front of you through your breath. Let that sphere get as big as it needs to get, to take and transmute all the ways we lie to ourselves, all the ways that we make ourselves suffer, all the ways that we hold ourselves back, all the ways that we self-sabotage to stay true to these old stories that don't serve us, all the ways that we self-attack or attack others. Just release it. It's not who you are. And know that more and more and more of this diamond fire is moving through you to help you let go of your attachment to the suffering, the pain, as your identity. Allow any cognitive dissonance to be loved up within you, so that you can accept the vibration that is required from you to live your new frequency. You can ascend in yourself to this place. What does it feel like to have it? What does it feel like to say, I'm living this life now that I've always dreamed of? And I want you to just make it realistic to start with, because we've got to help the imagination to build its muscle. What's possible. You know, for me, I'm looking out of this beautiful home that I have by the ocean in my mind's eye. I have no idea how I get there, what I'm going to do to achieve this, but I'm there in my hammock and I'm, you know, doing my work there, having amazing retreats there and parties. And I'm like, wow, this is it. This is what I saw. Wow, it's created. Feeling really heart-centered in my life, in my existence. There's no need for anything. There's no struggle. Help others out. I've remembered to value me. What does that look like for you? And for some of us, it just means to be out of a particular pain. The next step is, well, what would be something better than that pain? What would be something even better than that? What other things can we bring in that feel amazing, that we want to encounter? Have a sense of this you. And between where you are now, that sphere in front of you that you're breathing all your resistance into, you can imagine this doorway that is the end of the birth canal. It is the curtains parting to allow you to step into the new world, but we're going to love it all up first. So everything that you've released into that sphere, check out the density in there. Look at how dark it is. Invite the diamond fire to come through now, to love it all up, to transmute the darkness into violet light, diamond speckles. And if you look into those diamond speckles that are really stardust, you'll see the rainbows and the unicorns. It's full of rainbows and unicorns, that sphere in front of you, and stars. This is your divine birthright. Your divine birthright. Have magic in your life, the power of imagination, the ability to create from the non-physical into the physical. Let that be a sparkling, giant, magic sphere for you to step into and receive your divine human upgrade. Just remember, you need to be born into this space. So, seeing the sphere in front of you, full now of this translucent, magical fairy dust. Create a golden bridge from your heart into that sphere. And just before the sphere, see the curtains that you must open to step into that sphere. So come onto the bridge, step onto the golden bridge. Some of you may have rainbow. I'm seeing two massive velvet red curtains. You're just going to move them out of the way. Some of you may see a door. And this is the world that you're stepping into, your divine human self. There's no stepping back. The archangels are here to help us to live out our divine human creation. And take that moment now to step into the sphere and receive the upgrade that allows you to move quickly through 3D and 4D consciousness into your 5D truth. The you beyond fear, the consciousness beyond fear that can guide your life now. And let yourself fill up. There's a second purge coming, folks. So just fill yourself up with the rainbows, the stardust, with the unicorn magic. I just see this as tiny little particles, just translucent particles that you're absorbing into all the spaces where there was density before, where there was pain, there was suffering. And direct this to any parts of you that have been in pain, that have been struggling. Good. Fill yourself up. Fill your bones, ligaments, tissues. Just fill yourself up. Feel the outline of your physical body glowing. And see your light body awaken. It's either a star or a diamond shape around your physical body within your sphere. Beautiful. Just let this energy move through, activating your light body, getting all your circuitry going. What does it feel like to be divinely supported in all ways? Beautiful. And just see the top of your light body connected to your soul star, the bottom of your light body connected to your earth star, your earth chakra. I am commanding an axiotonal alignment with my divine design timeline, the most graceful and easy ascension paradise timeline. I am aligned with the divine all of the time. Anchor, lock and seal. Recalibrate, align. Balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle integration and full expression in my physical reality and all dimensions of my being. And so it is and so it shall be. Okay, so the rainbow's here. We've done this bit. It's circulating. It's moving through the body. Now we've got the next step. So you're in your creative sphere. We're going to invite down the Mahatma frequency now, which is how we're going to purge the whole of 2020 and even the years of patriarchy. So in your sphere that has now brought you the rainbow diamond dust, just open yourself up now to your integrated Mahatma frequency. I'd like you to imagine that the Star of Bethlehem is above you, and the beautiful moon in Cancer, in her fullness, has descended upon your sphere of compassion to help the deepest and most graceful purge of the subconscious struggle stories that have still played out in your life to this point, that are triggered by the global situations, the power and control struggles. So just bring the moon around your sphere. And opening now to the Mahatma frequencies, the Mahatma being the integrated aspect of your beingness that is one with Source. So this is all 365 layers, I believe it is. It might be 362 of consciousness between your earthly self as you are now and you as the fully aligned with the divine spark, droplet in the ocean that is one with all that is. And all the layers of consciousness in between that we grow through to achieve that oneness are in alignment with the you that you are now. In order to receive this, please just say 3 times, I am Mahatma, I am Mahatma, I am Mahatma. And feel now through our angelic and archangelic support a bright white light descending upon you like a pillar of bright white light. It contains the whole of your physical body and it's got gold filaments spiraling through it that hold you in what seems like a beam me up Scotty pillar. Allows you to move your particles from one place to another. Now see that this pillar of Mahatma love light is anchored into your earth chakra and straight into the heart of Gaia as well. So we are all acupuncture needles of love light on this planet. We are all here to anchor the light of the universe through our bodies into the earth and to transmit the frequencies that we want to see energized on this planet. So consciously connect to the paradise codes. Just say, I am the paradise codes. I am the paradise codes. I am the paradise codes of heaven on earth. I am co-creating my personal paradise with grace and with ease, in alignment with the win-win-win in everything, the ending of all suffering and the highest good of all. And just imagine now your star family, soul family, the archangels, angels, ascended masters, elementals, fairies, unicorns, you name it, sending their frequency codes, the paradise codes, through your Mahatma, through this pillar of love light into your earth chakra and into the heart of Gaia. Each and every one of us choosing this path is choosing to ascend beyond suffering, to ascend beyond the need for pain and hardship to govern our lives. Notice parts of your body that start to awaken now. Alignment is happening. And we call on our archangels and angels to direct their attention to where we most need healing now, to balance ourselves out, to see beyond the illusion of fear and separation into the new world that we are co-creating. A world that is fueled by oxytocin rather than adrenaline. A world where we are born free and taught how to live free, in harmony with each other and with the planet. Let your heart burst open and feel the choir of angels resonating from within you and transmitting a frequency outwards. And also that love light moving back towards you through your sphere of compassion being transmitted to you again. The paradise codes. This is where we can truly let go of 2020. Let go of any trauma imprints, release them. Let go of the trauma of patriarchy. Just let it move out of you. It moves into your sphere and is instantly loved up, being replaced by the paradise codes, the Thrive paradigm. Just see that all of your energy field is being informed. All of the mind, body, spirit complex enacts a tonal alignment with our divine human nature, the paradise codes, the awakening of our starseed consciousness, and the gifts freely given to each of us, that when we surrender the fight, we surrender what we have to do, we think we have to do, magic happens. I really would like you to imagine a world where you don't work for money. You don't need to. We've all learned how to be very resource rich. We don't need to work for that. We're taught it from early in life, how to have a constant, infinite flow of resource, whatever that is that you need and you want. Imagine your money investing in renewable resources, in tech companies that are all about sustainable development. And I don't mean pseudo-sustainable. In holistic health, in integrated health. Imagine you being the deciding factor, directing your energy where you want it to go. And you do things for passion. You do things to share with the world, not because you need to get paid. What's that feel like? What would I do for free? Let's feel into that. Open your heart to it. And as each of us are these acupuncture needles of the paradise codes, the rainbow flame, and the Mahatma frequencies, letting this now ripple out across the planet like wildfire. See this energy expanding from you, growing stronger. And in everyone else it grows stronger. Until there is no place for darkness to dwell. There's no room. It's all being loved up. All around the planet. Every animal, every human, safe. Wildlife protected, nature protected. Oneness with all that is. And you can have as much technology as you want in your life. Just let yourself receive. And let's activate now a pineal gland cleanse so that we are able to dream up more of our dreams awake. Have those light bulb moments that help us see how it can be possible just through our vibration, our excitement. Getting excited about, I wonder how, rather than I can't. I wonder how this could happen. What could be the most fun way of creating it? That's it. That's exciting. And let's send fun into 2021. Let's send excitement. Let's send celebration. Let's send revelation. Let's send aha and yeah, baby. And told you so. Whatever else you want to send ahead, send it ahead. Let's see that the world is becoming much more the way you want it to be, and much less like you fear it is going to become or has been. Okay, good. Now, bring your attention again to your sphere of compassion, to the crystalline grid beneath you, to your light body, your physical body, your core line. See all of these aspects of your being, beautifully rainbow, beautifully stardust, beautifully shimmering. And again, invite your angels and archangels to help you heal what you know needs healing, to take care of it for you, to show you the how. Take a moment to drop the burden of responsibility and whatever struggles you are used to having. Release them. Just let them drop from you. The sphere around you instantly holds all of this. It transmutes it. Struggle with time, struggle with money, struggle with love, struggle with weight, struggle with addiction, struggle with whatever. Just drop it. It doesn't exist anymore. It's not who you are. And let's all bathe in a lightful, the victory flame, the golden flame with the rainbow running through it. This is a peacock flame. Some of you will see it, some of you won't, doesn't matter. Just imagine a golden spray of celebration, stardust. Every one of us just like, yeah! I'm commanding an axotonal alignment with this. So as we look back on 2021, we can go, wow, what a year. What an amazing year. Wow. Things I always hoped would happen, but I didn't know how. Wow, the future's so bright. It's rainbow and there's full of unicorns and stardust. And just welcome with gratitude 2021. It's the start of something beautiful, amazing, beyond our wildest dreams and imaginable horizons. It's not the world as you know it. It's so much better. Amazing. Okay, so commanding now an axiotonal alignment with paradise on earth, with our divine human birth, with the new earth paradigm. Send an anchor from your heart into the center of the earth. Feel yourself growing roots like a tree around the earth. Feel yourself receiving the support you long for rather than blocking it. And see your heart center leading the way in all of your decision making. Knowing that you have infinite resource for what is aligned with your divine design timeline. Beautiful. So we all join together in celebration. Please repeat after me. I command this process continues until completion. Anchor, anchor, anchor. Recalibrate, align. Balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle. Integration and full expression. In my physical reality. And all relevant dimensions of my being. In all space and all time. So it is and so it shall be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So just as we're coming back, I'd like you to imagine the light of the Divine Mother as the platinum flame, creating a skin around your sphere, like liquid moonlight. And that also dropping through the sphere and creating a skin around your physical body and a skin around your light body. So that you don't need to have a tough outer shell anymore. Only that which is aligned with your soul truth will come deep into you. Everything else gets sent back to where it came from with love and compassion. Okay, we're each aligned with our divine design timeline. Now what comes up is what we're here to deal with to create greater alignment with our divine design timeline. That's all. Wonderful. Anchor this to the earth and very gently start to breathe yourself back to full awakening consciousness. And when you're ready, come back. Oh, that was quite a long one. I was going to be on this for half an hour today because of the back, but we got through it. Cosmic birth, Sue. Wow, you can't make that up. All right, what I would love is for those of you as you come back, keep breathing through your feet. So good to see so many of you, I know. Just to come back and let me know how you're doing, how that was for you. Wow, it's when I discover that my computer isn't even plugged in. So I'll just give you all a little chance to come back and I will plug my computer in. Give me 2 secs. As you come back, let me know how you're feeling. drop us a message. You can see me holding it together. The sacrum, the sacral fire, whew, desire fire, letting the fears burn away. All right. How are we doing, folks? Come back. Let me know. And while you're coming back, just a reminder to check out the link in the text box for the free web class about getting you ready for Liberation from Limitation 2021. And by that, I mean you get to plan your goals for 2021 and to find out more about Liberation from Limitation. If you want to take advantage of that super special offer, there's a purchase link as well in the text box. Just follow it. Okay, beautiful colors, images, skins and layers, really orgasmic. Good. Wow, I'm amazed. Theo was sleeping all the way through. Yay! Yeah, the victory flames are all over me. I mean, I do actually think that it is. I wish you could see this, but I'm just. You don't know me. This might seem very potty, but it's very gold. It's mainly gold. I mean, the victory flame is way golder than that, but it's got all these sort of blues and greens in it as well. You missed it so much. So clear the colors. Yay, good. I'm really pleased. That did feel very clear. Good to hear all this feedback. So, folks, keep going with the feedback. And just to say, obviously, anyone who's interested in Fearless, Empowered and Free to Be Me, I'm going to have spaces at the beginning of February. So it's a dotted entry. So if you know that you would like to join the deep diving coaching and start getting some fabulous results very quickly, you want to book your breakthrough call, which you do through my website, RozyGlow.com. Okay. And that cost of that call will be taken off the coaching. If you just want to dive into Liberation from Limitation and deal with your mind first, that's starting the 24th of January. But again, the special offer is only valid until the 31st of December. Those of you who are ready to deep dive, do it first and then do Liberation. You can do it either way, but don't hold yourself back. Okay. Because there's no point. Just show up. And if you show up as I did today, that's good enough, right? That is good enough. Leaving behind the old Brink GM. What does Brink GM mean? Sorry to be bringing forward 2021 party. Bring it on. Yeah. Cool. Back without words. Good. Yeah. So I'm going to be rolling out a professional program of my Fearless, Empowered and Free to Be Me personal development program. There's a yoga training coming as well for existing yoga teachers that want to train in multidimensional yoga. It's all very exciting. But essentially, my intention for 2021 is to cut how much I work in half, which I will find my way to do, but I'm starting to see the vision of it. So I've got more time just to energize my own journey as well, which is what I'm getting excited about. So whatever you want, you're allowed to have. Remember that. We're all here passing the baton to each other to support each other to step into our brightest shining example. I wish for you a really beautiful turning of the clocks when it does get to the 1st. Remember, it's not about the old world and what we're leaving behind. It's what we want to bring into the new world. So if there are things you miss, seed them in the new world, but seed them better. All right. And I do look forward to journeying with you much more online. Join me for yoga. Join me for the online coaching. Get ready. Those of you who want to do one-to-one, that's where you're going to find me moving. All right. Everyone else. Oh, so much love to you, soul family. Thank you for holding me through these challenging times, and I'm holding you too. I love you so much. We're all ascending together. Please don't get caught up in the dying swan song of the old paradigm. It's just a dying swan song. Give it a chance to do its thing. Let it go. Namaste. Have a beautiful one. And I will see you in a couple of weeks for the new moon co-creation, which should be in Capricorn, I believe. And what else have we got? Yeah, Liberation from Limitation for those who want to start up. So check all the details out, RozyGlow and social media channels. And thanks for subscribing, because I think I've hit my 1,000. Love you lots. Bye.